There's something different about Michael. That's right, I have a big hat. Huge, huge hat. Like that guy, that actor. Do it! Do it! Just go outside. Go into the forest. Such a positive message. I am going to recommend a video, and it's not just because the guy called me smart, although that didn't hurt. Thomas Markham. CyptoTom. I'm not sure why I fought with that guy in the past. For some reason, it seemed important at the time. He did a really nice video. He has a very tranquil, soothing voice. He'd make a great therapist. I challenge you to watch his video and come away feeling worse than you do now. Most of the material that's put up, Bigfoot related, makes you angry and frustrated and makes you hate on other people. So Tom, in a quiet and reserved way, explains many benefits of going outside, going into nature. I mean, it's good for your soul. We tend to view it as an alien environment, but that's where we came from. It's where we've lived for a million years, a couple million years. Out of the whole time, people have been people. Like if it was this much, this much time, people have been people. We've not lived in the forest like this much time. And in that short space of time, we have become terrified of fungus. Don't eat the toadstools. That's what my mom used to say to me. Don't touch them. They're poisonous. They're all poisonous. They'll all kill you. Yeah. All of them. Most mushrooms are harmless. A good portion of them are good to eat. Very, very few will kill you. Very few. We have been taught an irrational fear of bugs and insects and poisonous trees and plants. And we have not been taught to respect the wild places, to respect the forest. Yes, we have. I respect the forest. The proof is that we've allowed these corporations to go in and rape the land. We place profit above sustainability. We place profit above beauty. We place profit above those things, those intangible things that make us feel all warm and fuzzy inside and elated and allow us to merge with the universe. You get these, well, they're spiritual experiences that you obtain quite easily. Altered states of perception in the wild places. That's what they do to you. They have an energy. They have a power. Call it magic if you want. We are engaged in warfare. And by we, corporate greed. That same greed, that same macho ego, I'm gonna conquer, military might type of mentality, rules the Bigfoot community as well. So while we have the positive message from Thomas over here, we have a whole host of kind of negative stuff which I've been trying to stay away from. They keep saying my name. They can't stop saying my name. I've ignored that crazy guy that thinks he's a dog trainer. Ryan Redding is either faking insanity or the guy's lost his marbles. And not like in the Peter Pan story where the guy actually lost his marbles. He's accused me of being a kingpin, a linchpin, a pen, a gear in the wheel, or maybe even the top of the pyramid of the Bigfoot Cabela. Like the Freemasons, we have all the secrets. We have a couple bodies on ice, Daisy in a box, which was the most ridiculous hoax. Ask yourself why it is that certain breakdown channels, certain podcasts, certain individuals that maybe have a minor celebrity status, claiming to be native to a state that they're not, with a long line of hoaxes behind them. Why are these people untouchable? Steve was interviewed by Ohio Bill, a notorious hoaxer. He's just, I suppose if we wanted to say something good about him, we could say, well, he's showed people what hoaxes look like. Rio has put forth a very positive message. He hasn't gone out and attacked people. And like Steve, points out or asks a question that so many people ask, Why did Rio, why did he put the wallow, the monument wallow on private? Why? He must be faking it. Yeah, he had to put the extra sound in there. So you ask the question why the monument wallow went on private, and yet Anthony Moffat, Idaho Anthony Moffat, his whole channel's gone down. I don't see anybody going up saying, oh, he's a hoaxer. His channel went down, I think, because he started getting some heat from the fans of Rio, because apparently he accused Rio of hoaxing, and then Rio invited him, even offered to pay his gas, said, you know, come into the forest with me. I'll show you what's going on. It's not a hoax. These people will project what they would do in a situation onto other people, but not consistent across the board, you understand? Some people get a free pass. It's whoever's the flavor of the moment. And I'm not saying that Steve Kulls is a bad guy either. I used to do the same kind of crap. But that's the mentality that these guys foster. They don't even hide the fact that they do clickbaiting. Matt Knapp admitted to it on the show. Yeah, it's partly clickbaiting. Alcorn admitted that one of the hoaxes that he ended up perpetrating, the views did play into it, the YouTube views. So these guys think that that's how everybody's operating. They can't imagine when somebody takes a popular video down, why'd they take it down? They were getting views. They were making money on that. Why would they do that? Well, they're a hoaxer. And yet, right in their own camp, their illustrious breakdown king still has a video up that he hoaxed on flying rods. No one breathes a word of that. Oh God, no, we don't want to upset him. With his 20,000 subscribers. We don't want to expose Ohio Bill for the 6 episodes of hoaxed crap, sewer monsters. We don't want to expose that because, you know, he keeps saying he's connected. Yeah, maybe he'll get me on TV. Oh, yeah, if I could only get on TV again. Every one of these characters has tried, this is what they don't want you to know, they've tried to get on television and they've been rejected. Some of these characters even tried to get, they'd go through one partner, you know, they have a person, and they'd get rejected, they'd go get a different partner. Yeah, it can't be me, it's got to be my partner that's not allowing me to get on television. Let me tell you a truth, getting on television is not all that it's cracked up to be. It's not. There's a huge downside to it. So the best advice is to go outside. You'll have a great time. You'll discover things. The forest will teach you stuff. And if you go in the right places, you'll encounter the Sasquatch reality. That's what I'm coining it, the Sasquatch reality. It's when you finally go into the forest and really see the place. Really have your eyes open. I don't think that's possible coming from a disgruntled, sour, spiteful place, which is how these guys operate, right? I mean, this is the core of what's online. This is the majority of the stuff. Is somebody, you know, saying somebody's hoaxing something. This boils down to the photos too. They've had all these photos that have popped up recently. You know, like this, right? Like one eye. It looks to me like a cougar. But it's irrelevant what it is. The photos are useless. Steve Kulls had some quote. Yeah, he has his own quotes now. I find that funny. Usually other people quote you. You don't usually quote yourself, but I suppose you could. It doesn't matter the story connected to the photos. Irrelevant. Most of the photos we get, there's no one knows where they came from. Somebody does, but it's, you know, it's all hidden. The person's kept confidential. Yeah, we wouldn't want anything to happen to the person that gave us this amazing trail photo. A lot of people, that's where the fun is, I guess, right? To look at we're visual creatures. We want to look at the photos and stuff. But that's not where the truth is. The truth is going to be out into the forest. Out in the dark, scary places where you push your limit. Where you go into the 1% place where humans don't usually go. You get off the path. And Rio did another really good video where he explained, like he gave some pointers into getting in the forest, reading the terrain. Like you guys should teach yourself or learn to run a compass and to be able to read a topo map. You know, to look at a map and know what those lines mean and where the ravines are and basic stuff like that. I look around and the material, the data that interests me, which I find exciting, is the material that's going to help you become better at going outside. These blogs, these podcasts where they just want to tear people down and try to edify themselves, right? It's this scale where there's, you know, only so much of something. It's a limiting mentality. Well, I got to degrade this person and this will raise my status. But does nothing to help you guys. Doesn't do anything. Fact is, it undermines seeking the truth because it encourages us, encourages you and me to debate. Well, I think it's real. Well, I don't think it's real. Well, it might be real. Well, yeah, it might be real, and it might be a snowstorm on the moon, but I doubt it. Well, it could be a snowstorm on the moon, you know, blah. Hollow earthers, flat earthers. Speaking of flat earthers, I'm getting trolled now by, I didn't even realize that it'd be so easy to piss these people off. The earth is flat. Maybe the earth is flat. I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't been brainwashed. Everybody pretty much thinks it's round. So when I see the status quo attacking people like Rio, who is producing material that's going to help you guys go into the forest, you have to wonder why that is. Did they not want you going into the forest? Challenging their supposable expertise? If they were really interested in the truth, they'd either, this morality bar that they use, that they don't apply to their own people, would be straight across the board. They'd be looking into their own people. And by that I mean the people that, you know, so you get this guy that you know is a hoaxer, and you just get interviewed by him because you think he's going to give you some views. But you don't call him out on his hoaxing. But yet you feel the need to go after Rio, who you don't know is a hoaxer. A whole bunch of people are doing this, accusing him of hoaxing when everything that he does is contraindicating to that profile. If you look at the people that are hoaxers, they're narcissistic, self-centered, ego, profit-driven. They're all about themselves. They're not sharing. They're not trying to get other people to go out and discover it for themselves. I mean, that makes sense, right? I'm only interested in associating with people that are going outside, going to the forest, that are looking at this in a positive light, because that's where the Sasquatch reality is. That's where you'll discover the truth, the proof. It'll take a little bit of effort. It will. You have to be willing to put some effort into it. Now, as to the woo, how do you know that the aliens are not involved when scores of people are reporting that they are? Scores of people are reporting what they call mind speak, telepathy, some sort of transfer of information of a non-verbal type. What is really perplexing to me is these people who claim to have seen a Bigfoot. In other words, they believe that the creature is real, but they're so stuck in this mentality that was relatively new. They think it's the old way to think that this thing is Neanderthal or it's physical, but it's not. The indigenous people on both sides of the Atlantic, all around the world in fact, will tell you that these creatures walk in two worlds. The Sasquatch reality, as shocking as it is, may be evidence of an afterlife, of a transformation, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It could be that profound this reality we're talking about, this phenomenon, that these chuckleheads want to... For too long, it's been like a playground brawl. And that's what they want to keep it as. And the only thing we have to do to change it is for you to go outside. For you to obtain that proof for yourself. This is the beauty of this. This is the beauty that, you know, one of the things that Rio has, this is why I'm really a fan of his channel. He's driven home this idea, and for some reason, I missed it, right? I knew what we needed to do. I can tell you guys what to do. You can go watch his videos. You can watch my videos. Or you can just deduce this on your own to just go into remote areas. It's that simple, where other people haven't gone. Look at an area and try to figure out where people probably don't go, and where would it be a good vantage point? Where would you have access to edges? Where would you have access to water and a diverse ecosystem? Find those core areas. That's where these things are. It's that simple. It really is. And yet, we're under this belief that it's complicated. It's like going into the Congo. Only these elite people that are getting on television, that are writing books and have their blogs and podcasts, only they can do it. But the thing is, these guys rarely go out. They're almost never out there. Every single one of these characters, all their material is either debunking or attacking somebody. They have no material that benefits you. They have no material that tells you to go out into the forest. They don't. It's all drama. That, in a nutshell, is the dirty underbelly of Bigfootery. Which right now, the dirty underbelly is attacking the cream, is attacking the top, but it won't for much longer because, you know, the cream rises to the top. Every single one of you guys that goes out, you right now, yes, you. Me? Is he talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Do it! Just take an afternoon and go to a park. Go to a state park or conservation area, walk on a trail, take your compass heading, and go off that trail for a ways. Research it on Google Earth first. Find a blow-ground of trees, you know. Find an area of interest. Make it an adventure. How much more positive is that? This will change a mindset. This going into the forest and appreciating what is there is what will allow these places to continue to exist, if when people realize how valuable they are. You're not going to get that. Listen to these guys going, oh, he's just after the YouTube views, when that's what they're after. They're after the views. They're after the clicks. They want the following. That's what they want. That's why they're upset when somebody like Nathan bebops along, you know, and racks up 5,000-6,000 subscribers on his. Oh my God, he's got more views than I do. He's got more subs. I want his subs. How dare he takes my subs? They think there's a limit, like there's a scarcity of resources. That's the mentality. Oh, things are too scarce, and they're not. The Bigfoots aren't scarce. The views aren't scarce. None of this stuff. We don't have to operate like this. I know, because I used to. I was under that spell a little bit. I didn't like it. You know, it didn't set well with me. I didn't like the behavior. I didn't like the behind-the-scenes chit-chat. It comes from a mean place. It comes from a disgruntled place. And these guys that wanted you to give them $400 a month to be hoax busters, yeah, Mr. Breakdown King wants $400 a month. We don't need hoax busters when you guys are the ones that are taking the hoaxes, promoting them. You promote them first. This is what they do. This is what Sean Evidence, this is what Bigfoot Evidence has been doing forever, is they'll take a hoax. They don't care if it's hoax or not. They'll feign ignorance. Well, I don't know, it could be real. They'll promote the crap out of it. Then they'll turn around and they'll promote the breakdowns of the crap that they promoted. It's this cycle. And it's click, 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 click. It's just a money machine. They don't like it when somebody's interfering with their money machine. Thus, they don't want you going into the forest, realizing that their blogs and podcasts are total BS. It's just a waste of time. Unless you like the soap opera drama. Imagine where we would be. Just imagine. Some of these guys actually have skills. I mean, some of them could go into the forest. Steve goes into the forest, I think. Imagine where we would be if some of that, just not all of it, but if just some of that energy was directed into actually going into the forest. Like, how are these structures being made? How are these things that Rio is taking video of? How are they being constructed in the forest? Who's doing it? Forget about why, but how is it being done? Especially you guys that claim to have seen Bigfoot and you know they're out there. Well, what other option is there, right? Look at Adam Davies. I mean, he had the encounter with the portal, but won't connect the two. Won't connect the portal with the little alien critters in it with the Bigfoots. No, they're separate. They're both kind of paranormal phenomena, but they're completely separate. They're not connected, even though they were exactly the same place. Even though all kinds of people are connecting the UFOs, floating orbs, mind speak phenomenon, all these weird phenomenon are being connected, but no, they're separate. Damn it, they're separate. They're separate. I'm going to make sure they're separate. They are separate. They're separate because it upsets me to think that they're connected. That was where I was at. I didn't want to be connected. I knew the aliens were real. I knew the UFOs were real from a long time ago. Like, I had a lot of interaction with whatever these things are. There was no question there for me. And I thought, well, Neanderthal, I can apply my knowledge of biology. Some ape-like smart creature in the forest. Or it's a hoax. The Sasquatch people are real. I discovered that. What a shocker. They're common. Another shocker. And then I suppose the third shocker is they're not normal animals that fall under the Linus binomial nomenclature fashion of naming things. In other words, put this Latin term onto it. These things are something, they're a horse of a completely different color. And for years and years and years, thousands of years, though the indigenous people, our ancestors, every single one of us, had different relationships with these creatures. And we understood what it means to say that they walk in two worlds. We understood that. We understood about trees and rocks, the sacredness of these places. We were connected to it. It's only been in like 50 years that some knuckleheads turned around and go, oh, there's an ape man. Yeah, that's what Bigfoot is. Yeah, the Indians don't know what they're talking about. Because we had lost that knowledge. It had been, stripped from us. And then and I say we, European white guys, didn't want to listen to the Indians here with what they've been telling us. But over in Europe, our people said the same thing. They said it because it's a truth. And just because we don't understand it, and just because we can't duplicate it, and just because you guys haven't experienced it, doesn't mean it's BS. If you would go outside into the forest, it would reveal itself to you. I know this for a fact. Absolutely. It will reveal itself to you. You seek it, it will find you. That's my up message. It's my up message. So when you guys are watching these guys go on and on, I keep saying, look to see the material that they're putting out in the public sector. What does it do for you? Does it make you better able to go into the forest and encounter these things? Or is it just kind of this revolving wheel, the snake eating its tail, this piranha pool of you're a hoaxer. I found this rare marten. Misleading facts. The humble pine marten isn't extinct. It's not even endangered. It's not even a species of special concern. Oh, we discovered a cryptid. No, the humble pine marten is not a cryptid. No matter how many times that guy puts it on his blog that it is. Fun of this stuff. The media wants to make fun of it. Everybody wants to make fun of it. It's amazing. It is something that will connect you to something you didn't even know you had. Profound. I can't even find a superlative that would fit this. Like a bunch of children playing in a sandbox with this amazing, I don't know, huge library of information sitting next to us that we're just ignoring or something. It's an amazing thing. It's just an incredible thing. It's right on our doorstep. It's right in front of our eyes. These guys, I've been in the forest 40 years. It's right there. I was there too. Completely oblivious. I was having encounters, didn't even know it. That's how brainwashed we are. All right, guys. Sorry if this sounded like a bit of a rant, but I'll end it by on a positive note. Just do it. Go into the forest. And then if you want, report back. Encourage other people to go into the